first, let the whole room stand. Truth in the air, let it move through the land. Friday night fire, let the whole place lock. Sons of thunder, let the whole room watch. Salute the general, honor where it's due. For the labor, for the warnings, for the work so true. Salute the general, but the praise go high to the most high, only ruler of the sky. Salute the general, let the whole camp know truth don't build itself. Somebody got the whole. Salute the general, but we keep it in line. Yeah, overall, that's the law every time. I seen men speak, but their words had no root. I seen loud talk die when it had no fruit. Then you see a man stand, yeah, after years, still feeding the flock, still making things clear. That take patience, that take burden and fire. That take discipline when the flesh want higher. That takes standing tall when the pressure get thick, still keeping the book and the doctrine strict. So this one for the work and the way you carry, for the cold nice teaching, for the truth kept married to the law, to the order, to the field. Yeah, not bending for men, not changing the call. Salute the general, honor where it's due. For the labor, for the warnings, for the work so true. Salute the general, but the praise go high to the most high, only ruler of the sky. Salute the general, let the whole camp know truth don't build itself. Somebody got the whole. Salute the general, but we keep it in line. Yeah, overall, that's the law every time. Yeah, this is for the standard that was set in place, for the sharp correction, for the straight no chase, for the brothers built up under heavy instruction, for the men learning order instead of destruction. This is for the times when the message cut deep, when the class got still and the room couldn't sleep, cause the truth hit hard when it come with weight, and a real leader don't always make it feel safe. Sometimes it stings, sometimes it exposes, sometimes it show what a man don't know. But that's how I ain't get forged in heat. That's how lost men learn how to stand on their feet. No throne for flesh. Yeah, get the glory. Honor the labor. Now tell that story. Salute the general, honor where it's due. For the labor, for the warnings, for the work so true. Salute the general, but the praise go high to the most high, only ruler of the sky. Salute the general, let the whole camp know truth don't build itself. Somebody got the whole. Salute the general, but we keep it in line. Yeah, overall, that's the law every time. Y'all first, truth next. Honor the labor, that's respect. Yeah, first, let the whole room stand. Truth in the air, let it move through the land. Friday night fire, let the whole place lock. Sons of thunder, let the whole room watch. Salute the general, honor where it's due. For the labor, for the warnings, for the work so true. Salute the general, but the praise go high to the most high, only ruler of the sky. Salute the general, let the whole camp know truth don't build itself. Somebody got the whole. Salute the general, but we keep it in line. Yeah, overall, that's the law every time. I seen men speak, but their words had no root. I seen loud talk die when it had no fruit. Then you see a man stand, yeah, after years, still feeding the flock, still making things clear. That take patience, that take burden and fire. That take discipline when the flesh want higher. That takes standing tall when the pressure get thick, still keeping the book and the doctrine strict. So this one for the work in the way you carry, for the cold nights teaching, for the truth kept married to the law, to the order, to the field. Yeah, not bending for men, not changing the call. Salute the general, honor where it's due, for the labor, for the warnings, for the work so true. Salute the general, but the praise go high to the most high, only ruler of the sky. Salute the general, let the whole camp know truth don't build itself. Somebody got the whole. Salute the general, but we keep it in line. Yeah, overall, that's the law every time. Yeah. This is for the standard that was set in place, for the sharp correction, for the straight no chase, for the brothers built up under heavy instruction, for the men learning order instead of destruction. This is for the times when the message cut deep, when the class got still in the room couldn't sleep, cause the truth hit hard when it come with weight, and a real leader don't always make it feel safe. Sometimes it stings, sometimes it exposes, sometimes it show what a man don't know. But that's how I ain't get forged in heat. That's how lost men learn how to stand on their feet. No throne for flesh. Yeah, get the glory. Honor the labor. Now tell that story. Salute the general. Honor where it's due, for the labor, for the warnings, for the work so true. Salute the general, but the praise go high to the most high, only ruler of the sky. Salute the general, let the whole camp know truth don't build itself. Somebody got the whole. Salute the general, but we keep it in line. Yeah, overall, that's the law every time. Y'all first, truth next. Honor the labor, that's respect.
Welcome to Pillars of Rest, where you can find special material for our sisters, by our sisters. This is a Sons of Thunder exclusive platform focused on building, encouraging, uplifting, and engaging with the daughters of Zion. Here you'll find personalized and interactive content geared towards showing what it truly means to be a pillar of rest. Interviews, scripture breakdowns, tips on motherhood, marriage, and testimonials are just the beginning of the many things to learn from and enjoy in this program.
Brought to a lower state, you must learn to be patient. You come to serve the Lord, prepare your soul for temptation. Who trusted Yah was misled in our past generations. No one forsaken, you mistaken if you ain't obeying. No lying, I'm no talebearing. Get thee behind me, Satan. That's my brother, no bloodshed. Get thee behind me, Satan. No idolatry.
I hope y'all like that. That was Supplication by Roy the Chef. It's dangerous out here. I hope you guys make it home safe.
Why is she eating? She just like, yeah, they just say shit to astrology. Nah, she just say eat for us. Like, crazy. She's just crazy. Yeah, yeah. Like he's saying. Yo, check it out. You ain't worry about that. They're gonna show you at the end. So that's not
Yo, what was that about? Don't worry about it. You wouldn't understand.
Most people just wear clothes, but some wear a message, a reminder of who we are and who we stand for. This isn't fast fashion, it's covenant, it's culture, it's identity, built with purpose, designed to last, created for those who refuse to blend in. When you step out, let your garments speak. Before you do, join the movement.
I'm wearing an Israelites brand.
That's when I be yelling, I'm Jew by blood. Y'all dudes not us. And I don't believe in y'all, but in y'all I trust. I'm just a common coolie commandment keeper. I know it's hard to live righteously in the land of evil. They got you feeling like damaged goods around damaged people. And truly life is a movie, just can't demand a sequel. Verily, verily, all you hypocrites, heresies and Pharisees only fear God, so I know the devil's scared of me. They stole us from our land, they stole our land.
Coming with a mouthful of gold and gold chains around our neck.
That's why they think of airing me, saying what God's saying, like a parakeet preparing for the
Shop the collection now before it sells out. Click the link below and secure yours today.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We keep this. Yeah. We keep this feast where the Lord draws near, where the past still breathes and the truth rings clear. 11 bread, lamb, and bitter herbs on the plate.
Passover 2026. Hey, be here. Zephaniah 2:1. Gather together, O nation not desired. There's nothing more beautiful than to gather with your brothers, sisters. We all got the same mind, same heart. We're going to love on each other. We're going to get some good word. Then we're going to get some good food. Hey, be here next year, 2027. Shalom.
Will still hate truth, will still fear man more than fear what's true. And Christ in the meaning, he the King of Kings, the unblemished lamb, the true offering. So we keep this feast with a humble mind, asking y'all purge what was left behind.
We keepin' Passover
With the blood in view,
sons of thunder,
trying to be made new.
pillars of rest,
Holding peace in place,
and mercy still moving.
through the house by grace.
We have to take the royalhood back. That's why we're here. A new nation starts with the transformation of the people. And the transformation of the people starts with you.
We can't forget the reason why we fell, but the Lord will still break what our own will build, still bring all men low to their face.
You gotta stop sinning. The brother told you earlier, if you came in here with the same sins that you had last year, okay, you're not getting in the ground. Okay? You gotta repent. Alright? Move on and get ready for the next battle. Satan ain't gonna leave you alone. The dragon is wrong. Alright? For those that keep the commandments of God.
With the blood in you,
Sons of thunder,
trying to be made new.
pillars of rest,
Holding peace in place,
and mercy still moving.
through the house by grace. Brotherhood is more.
These are the instructions from a father to a son in Sarat. So he loved us enough not to keep it a secret for him and his boys. He taught it to us all. That's love. That's what we gotta do. We gotta stop this whole, I love Israel, but Israel is my camp. My love is reserved. My love ain't reserved for just SOT. I don't care what camp you're in. You an Israelite, what's up? You hungry?
And when we rise from the table, let it live in the walk, in the way that we build, in the way that we talk. Cause the feast ain't full if it end in a song. And gotta live in the soul when the days move on.
As we sit here together to reenact this Last Supper that we about to do, that's what y'all excited for, Con? We about to reenact the Last Supper and give our reverence to Yahweh. We're not doing the Last Supper. Y'all think we're doing the Last Supper because we keep the commandments perfect? And we actually follow the law the way the Israelites was doing it in the BC days? That was the thing? No. We do these things to the best of our ability. Earnest. With all our whole soul, our whole heart, and our whole mind. That is the best of your ability.
younger brothers, they're not here. And then I start asking the Most High, why? How come I'm the only one out of my whole family that you didn't take me? And then it just came to me. He said he was saving me for a purpose. And so that's my reflection on it. And I hope some of you take this to heart. You're going through your lives, things get hard for you. But you got to remember that the Most High is running the show. You do what he say, you can expect great things to come. So that's my reflection. I hope is, a lot of you take this to heart. When things go bad, just think of, man, it ain't gonna be bad like this all the time. Because we're his chosen children, and he works mysteriously, and we can't figure it out, but that's how it is with the Most High. He ain't gonna tell you what he gonna do. He just do it. You pray and you ask for stuff. Hopefully you ask for stuff that's not vain. Like, hey, I like some hair. That's vanity, really. I'm all right. But that's my reflection. I hope you take this to heart. So with that, I'm gonna give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Shalom. Y'all take it easy.
Shalom. I'm saying shalom to Mike Allah like I'm talking to him, man. I missed that, brother. Kum Yashala. Yahweh Hashem Yashah Barakatam. Welcome to Sabbath class. We're going to jump right into it. Peace and safety to the elect in the four corners of the earth. Thank you for all of the beautiful comments and all of the people that are joining as YouTube members. We appreciate you being a part of the family and showing your support for our brand of education. We're also live right now on the TikTok. Tonight's class is called Self-Defamation Must End. A class that you're not going to get from any of these mega church pastors, and it's necessary for somebody to do it. I fancy myself as a civil rights leader in ways, and this is a lesson that has to happen in lieu of everything that has gone on this past week. Before I jump right into it, I'm just going to let you know about some specific offerings that we have as a camp. If you want to do the work with SOT, send us an email at sotisraelites@gmail.com and tell us you want to pick up the plow, man. We're growing as an organization because the Most High say so. It has nothing to do with us. It's the Lord. I'm just glad to be a part of it in some way. All right. We got brothers in Fort Myers, Baton Rouge, Chicago, New York City, Washington, D.C., Arkansas, Alabama, Cincinnati, the Bay Area, Jacksonville, and of course, Atlanta. All right. The Most High is increasing us greatly. These are the different channels that we're offering right now. Please check them out. Subscribe, share. If you believe in what we're teaching like we do, help somebody find it. And that's you putting your brick in and doing the work. Okay. We have what I believe to be, I'm going to say this to you. I believe we got the best spiritual Patreon on the internet. All right, check it out. The Sons of Thunder Patreon lineup includes Captain's Corner, feast days, behind the scenes, resources, books, PDFs for you to download to educate you, exclusive camps that you can't see nowhere else, that don't make it to YouTube because of their content, debates, tribal fitness. We get you fit, help you work out, brothers dedicated to that, and the Pillars of Rest, specific content designed for our sisters. Choose the tier that's appropriate for you, where you'll be able to see the things that you want to see. Patreon.com/SOT Israelites. All right. Foundation of a Nation. 3 things that if you change right now, these 3 things, we believe can change our world. I don't know what that is on the TikTok. I'm looking at it, look like a spaceship or something. That was cool. Look, check it out. Prayer. Staying rooted in the Most High. through daily devotion. You need faith to pray. Adequate faith is the beginning of the Most High helping and moving for you. And we have been lacking it due to our life experience. But we need to ask the Lord to increase our faith, just like the disciples did. Prayer can change our world. Community purpose. We must see ourselves, Blacks, Native Americans, and Hispanics, as a collective, and we must have a purpose for our communities. Don't let the other nations pick your destiny. You choose your destiny. As long as it's in accordance with the Most High, aim for it and go for it. Stop being so lax and looking towards a nation that cannot save, like the Book of Lamentations says. Last but not least, we must establish a code. There must be a baseline way that we as Black people, Hispanic and Native American people treat each other that we do not go outside of. And we got to do this now, and our whole world will change. And then the enemy will be wroth, and he'll make a move, and that's when the Most High will move, because you can't touch us. I'm telling you that now. The Most High dealing with us. We are off limits. You assassinated our forefathers and our earlier leaders. You're not doing that now. You do that now, this place will fall. I'm telling you that. We the generation of faith. You can't touch us. Okay? Coming up, June 14th, new moon. Be on the lookout. And we're going to start preparing for tabernacles. So be on the lookout. Okay? If you know what the IDC is, be on the lookout. It's that time. All right, so with that said, it's time to get to the class, man. I got a lot to talk to you about. I got some videos I want to show you, and I've been missing y'all all week. I couldn't wait to see y'all. So we just gonna chop it up, man. I want this lesson to involve more of your comments. Okay? It's been a while since I've been engaged with the comments. We got people watching from different places, and I want to interact with y'all. And I'm gonna do my best to interact with y'all. G Golden said, did y'all do Feast of Weeks already? Yes, last week. Okay. So the elephant in the room. What the hell you mean self-defamation, y'all? Oh, what you talking about? Self-defamation. Okay. And this is important. In this global climate, the other nations have oppressed us in a myriad of ways. But human nature is to fight. But when we fight, we die. And we don't die glorious. It happens in a disrespectful way where we don't get justice. This destroys our morale as a people. The legal system won't help us. The community is not organized. And the other nations behave like they have no common sense when it comes to us. A dog can bite a little child. And the heathen will say, I blame the owner. It's not the dog's fault. The owner didn't train the dog properly. He's really the bad one. That poor innocent dog, it's not his fault. And this dog maimed a little child. If I was to go outside and see a stray dog and harm it, these heathens would say, you are a despicable, disgusting person. That dog was minding its business. And if the dog bites me while I'm trying to harm it, they'll say, that's what you get. You should have left that dog alone. And they're confederate with that. Now be a young black man. And someone comes and bothers you and places you in peril and infringes upon your freedom, and you harm that person, you're a chimp. One of the other nations infringes on your freedoms and tries to harm you, and you execute judgment accordingly, where that other nation loses their life, You are a chimp and a wild animal. If another nation calls you a slur and you react, you're a chimp. You need self-control. Words shouldn't be able to trigger you. In the midst of that, a black person will appear and criticize you as well. He won't advocate. He won't protect you in that scenario. He will criticize you too, to differentiate himself from you and make himself feel special, and further demonize you as what's wrong with society to please his handlers. This is called self-defamation. I coined this. I had to give a title to this behavior because I've been studying it. Black people will become ultra nasty critics of black people as a performance for the other nations, as an attempt to assimilate. No one else does this. I'm going to show you some videos tonight. We're going to analyze it, look at it, and discuss the psychology behind it. And hopefully when this is done, everybody's familiar with what self-defamation is, and we nip it in the bud, and we call people out that are doing this performance. See, because times is real. A young brother last week was unalived by a store owner. He came into the store with a book bag. He took the book bag off and left it outside because they told him to. Nobody's telling me that. If I come into your establishment and you say, hey, you, take that book bag off and leave it outside. Number one, who the hell are you talking to? I'm a patron coming to spend money, and I don't have to spend it with you. You're gonna roll out the red carpet for me, or you cannot have my money. You're not taught what I just said in school, at church, at the YMCA, at the community rec center, on your sports teams, places where black people congregate. You're not taught that on the radio stations. You're not taught that on social media. I'm telling you that right now. You need, as Captain Yaquab said, you need your royalty back. These people need to have some damn respect. I drive a certain car. I go to get the car serviced. They don't talk to me the right way. I tell them, this appointment is over. Excuse me? They call me by last name, you know. Excuse me, what do you mean the appointment is over? We'll be with you in a second. What's the problem? What's the problem? The problem is I don't appreciate the service and I don't need it. And I don't need to make a scene. I don't need that heathen to understand that I'm displeased. I'm leaving. No, Mr. Joella. Wait. We got off on the wrong foot. See, I'm a God in the earth. Wait, I taught a lesson. I don't know if you guys remember the lesson. Remember this lesson? Yahushua said this, ye are gods. I'm saying that with a straight face. You people watching this, you Hebrew Israelites watching this, they call you BHIs, the hell with them. You Hebrew Israelites watching this, you are gods in this earth. I go to a restaurant to eat. The heathen come over. What can I get for you? Who you talking to? I don't have to make a scene. I make eye contact. I look at my guest. If I'm with one, we're gonna find someplace else to eat. What? What's the problem? What? Everything okay? What's going on? What's going on? No, wait. You didn't come up with that energy. You didn't approach me with that energy. What they want you to do is react because a part of Esau's masochistic ways is the satisfaction of knowing that I am oppressing you. Police officers, when they interact with me, if I get pulled over for a ticket, I roll the window down and make eye contact. Driver's license and registration, I already have it ready. Turn the car off, it's already off. I don't break eye contact. Everything all right? See, that's a stupid question. So I asked him one. You pulled me over to ask me, is everything okay? I move like that with the heathen. We're not equals. We're not friends. We don't come from the same place, and I don't trust you. What have you done historically for me to trust you and give you the benefit of the doubt? And when do you give us the benefit of the doubt? Officer with your hand on your weapon walking up to my car? So I'm going to be straight with you. You pulled me over to ask me, is everything okay? Oh, no, I pulled up. That's fine. When Esau sees that, oh, I'm not going to get the interaction from this guy, he'll take it another step. He'll throw the ticket in your car. He'll throw it in your car. That's so weak. And they do that because they need you to know that I despise you. So while we got brothers trying to save these other nations and try to put the peer pressure on us to try to integrate with them somehow by figuring out which ones we can trust, I'm believing the Bible. Never trust thine enemy. Everything is a trap. I don't have to fight it in the street. You threw that ticket in my car? He don't know what to do because he's expecting a reaction because he needs that reaction because it satisfies his masochistic ego because these people are evil demons. And we're giving them too many passes. School teachers talking to our children in ridiculous ways. And our children are unprepared for these conversations and don't know how to deal with the passive aggressive nature of these white women who are the majority of their instructors. These are the things we teach. I'm glad I had a father that taught me these things. It's all about maintaining your dignity. Because when they can't take your life, they want to take your dignity. The trauma that being in close proximity to these creatures causes is why you self-defamate. What is self-defamation, Joel? It's the need to acknowledge Black people's faults in front of the other nations so you appear as non-biased and altruistic, which means you are seeking their approval at the end of the day. So much so that you will defamate your own character. And your is your people. Microaggression after microaggression after microaggression after microaggression after microaggression after microaggression. And you, I can't beat them. I can't join them. I'll prove to them that I'm special. So now you self-defamation. I'm going to show you some examples, and we're going to move through this carefully. When this lesson is over, you're going to be able to teach your loved ones. When they self-defamate, you're going to be able to call that out. That's self-defamation. Don't do that. That's demeaning. Have more dignity. You're giving away your dignity, and that's all they want. Let's get our first example. This is a scenario that's going to be common as graduations are about to become frequent. Watch this.
I mean this in the most disrespectful way. Blatant disrespect, right? I posted a video about this young lady who chose to get on stage, do a sexual split, and she did not get her
away for years or take a...
I mean this in the most disrespectful way. Blatant disrespect, right? I posted a video about this young lady who chose to get on stage, do a sexual split, and she did not get her certificate. This is one of the bigger issues in the black community, right? Black people lack accountability. On some real shit. The mama's standing up there making an excuse. People want to get in my comments.
Hold on. Let me prepare you for this video. This woman, watch, she's in the midst of self-defamation disguised as altruism. I got to define that word for you. Okay. I'm going to define that word for you. Let me share this with you because I'm going to keep saying that word because it's the right word. And I'm going to play this video again. And I do want to prepare you. She uses choice language. Okay. We're adults. Altruism is the selfless concern for the well-being of others. She is pretending to care about the image and person of black people while carrying herself like a buffoon. Watch. You can't make this stuff up. This is an example of self-defamation disguised as altruism. And when you're intelligent, you can't miss it. Watch this video. Look at the lady, how she presents herself on social media in a public forum, how she speaks. But then watch her criticism of a young lady who graduated, who she's saying did a dance on the stage that was inappropriate. Watch the hypocrisy.
I mean this in the most disrespectful way. Blatant disrespect, right? I posted a video about this young lady who chose to get on stage, do a sexual split, and she did not get her certificate. This is one of the bigger issues in the black community, right? Black people lack accountability. On some real shit. The mama's standing up there making an excuse. People want to get in my comment section and say, well, oh my God, well, she already completed her classes. Yes, but you're still in my house. There's a mindset among the ghetto, ignorant black people, among the black people who don't want to grow, don't develop, that when you walk outside your house, it's not about what you think is okay. When you're walking into other people's environments, you did not create that school building. You did not create that environment. So if they have set the rules and the regulations, who are you to walk up to it and be blatantly disrespectful? Blatantly disrespectful, and then try to make us seem like, oh my God, we're the issue. No, bitch, you should not be doing anything sexual. Why are you popping your butt and doing a split on a stage in front of a bunch of people who don't know you? Y'all have no morals and no values, no structure. And this is why these outsiders can do what they do to our community. I don't understand the mindset. Oh, well, she already completed her classes, but she still is here for the moment. You have to walk across the stage and then get it. She didn't even do it after she got it in her hand. She did it before. You gave them the doorway to take the shit from you because you're not thinking smart. You're not thinking smart. If you want to if you wanted to do something stupid, do it after you already got it in your hand. She didn't even complete it all the way. You remember just a couple of days ago or weeks ago, there was a race and the white dude thought that he had it and he started celebrating a little bit too fucking early. A little bit too fucking early. This is exactly why we have the issues that we have. We have immigrants taking our children. We have the system trying to imprison our children for protecting themselves. And y'all want to support nonsense. Y'all want to support nonsense. If she was so educated, she wouldn't have had that behavior. She wouldn't have had that behavior. Y'all are so caught up in this white man's world that y'all seem to forget morals, values, and structure is way more than being able to retain information on a piece of paper from a test from a white man's system. How you behave in life is way more important. And she just learned a real major life lesson. Y'all irritate me. Low budget mindsets.
That was self-defamation. So basically, you got up there and criticized this young girl and made an expose out of her at the lowest point of her life, where she was humiliated and denied her diploma that she earned because she did a foolish TikTok dance because she's a young kid that don't have no common sense. And instead of lifting her up, correcting her, and then fighting for her to get the diploma that she earned, you said this is why the other nations do what they do to us, because we do that. So the other nations can unalive us because a young girl did a split on a graduation stage. And that makes sense to you? But to make your point, you completely defamed the generation of our youth while you got a bonnet on and a lisp, cursing out the mouth, ridiculous, speaking improper English, and making null and void points that are not based in reality. But you think you're supposed to do that. Our culture has taught us to disassociate from our people instead of invest in them to make them better, as a shortcut on the social totem pole. Self-defamation. I've never seen a white person make a video like that about white kids destroying the city when their hockey team wins a game. I've never seen a video like that when white kids behave like absolute buffoons at frat parties and burn the house down. I've never seen a video like that when white people get S-faced drunk, young kids, on their spring break and vomit all over the place and then faint in the street in a puddle of street water, which I've seen multiple times. But I've never seen a video like that in reference to their shortcomings. White people look the other way. Oh, he's just a young kid. He's just a kid. He's just a kid. But we don't say that about our own. Instead, we self-defamate our own. I'm coining this term, self-defamation, so that she could seem to have the moral high ground while she's in the middle of being an embarrassment in a public space. Do you understand what I'm saying? That young girl needs guidance. She doesn't need you to use her as a platform. Low budget, no morals. You don't know that about her. All she did was do a split on the stage. Joel, are you saying that's right? This is the white person. Are you saying that's right to do? I'm saying she's just a kid. Just like you say. Like the young man in Idaho who abused this young special needs black boy with a hanger and would bring boxing gloves to school because he was the water boy on the football team, and they would whoop on him with boxing gloves. And he has special needs. He's not all together. When he went before the judge after the hanger incident, the sodomizing with the hanger, when he went before the judge said, I don't want to ruin this young man's life. He's just a kid. He didn't go on stage and do a split while trying. He didn't go on stage and do a split and be denied his diploma. He used a hanger on a young man who couldn't defend himself. And then he beat that kid almost every day with boxing gloves as a joke and as fun. And this is a kid with special needs who can't help himself. The judge didn't say, oh, you're an embarrassment. That's why people hate white people, because of what you're doing. And that's why people look at us like monsters and creatures. That's why Joel calls us creatures. He don't trust us. He thinks we're skinwalkers. Because look what you did to that helpless kid. You're in that. No, he didn't do that. The judge said he's just a kid. We don't do that for our own. We destroy the reputation, person, and character of our own. That trauma of Jim Crow, slavery, constant microaggression and racism, and denial of the dream of human life by those skinwalkers has traumatized us into this new phenomenon, which is self-defamation. And it is a black person crying out saying, I'm better because I'm willing to take accountability for any shortcoming I can find in my own people. And I can talk about my people like animals, which means I'm not biased, which makes me better. Accept me. Notice me as different and superior. And that's what you're doing. I do counsel. I listen to people's problems and I tell it to them straight. And I use myself and the experiences in my own life as a benchmark. So I acknowledge my own faults, but I don't talk about myself like an animal. I'm a human being that makes mistakes, and I can be better. So can our youth. But the other nations don't give us that opportunity. See, we live in a reality where you can go into a convenience store and be talked to like a dog and ignore it and shrug it off and still try to shop. And then you don't want anything. So you leave. And then you get chased by someone with a gun and you run. And then that person unalives you by shooting you in the back. See, I'm from New Jersey. And the gun laws are really strict in New Jersey. And I was told point blank by police officers, if somebody breaks into your home and he tries to leave, armed or not, if you shoot him in the back, you go into jail. But the reality that I live in, a black child can be shot in the back and no one goes to jail. Because black people are scary and dangerous and we deserve to die. That's the way we're treated. That's the way Trayvon's case was handled. It's the way Michael Brown's case was handled. Black people are scary. Black youth are monsters. See, you're openly called a monster. But when you see the Israelites in the camps telling you how much of a monster Esau is, it rubs you the wrong way. And now you call us the black KKK. Self-defamation. You guys ain't no better than the KKK. I've never tied a car engine to someone and thrown them off the bridge in Mississippi. I've never burned a cross in anyone's yard. I've never hung anyone. I've never dragged someone till they disintegrate. I never waited for someone outside a courtroom and beat them within an inch of their life because I'm going to get justice. I never did anything like that. All I do is point out the evils that these creatures do. And I'm somehow the same, or me and my brothers are somehow the same as the KKK. What are you talking about? What do you mean by that? Self-defamation is so deep that, did you see how much energy she had to complain about this girl she never met who went through a situation that didn't directly concern her in a state that she's not from? Did you see how much energy she had? Who has that energy for Rick Chow? Who has that energy for Kyle Rittenhouse? A young white kid who took an assault rifle across state lines and brought it to a protest and was upping it on people. And then when the people tried to defend themselves from him because they were scared of him, he unalived people with an assault weapon and he didn't go to jail because a jury of his peers said, he's just a kid. He was just trying to defend himself. They can see the humanity in their own, but you got less humanity than a dog. Because if I go outside right now in front of that same jury and I kick a puppy across the street, they're going to want to put me under the jail for that. But they didn't put Rick Chow in jail. They felt that he was justified in what he did because, I mean, he did have a gun. Did he raise that weapon? Or did he try to escape these people and run away? And did they chase him? So now that they're chasing him with the gun, shouldn't he do what Kyle Rittenhouse did and use his gun to save his own life? And if he did draw quicker and take that wash pot off this plane of existence, would the jury have found him not guilty like Kyle Rittenhouse? Knowing that reality, self-defamation is crazy. You share the earth with some absolute monsters, and they love being monsters, and they don't want to change. And you got brothers saying we evil for understanding and observing that. Let's listen to one of their pastors.
Hey, cut it out. You need to grow up. Stop throwing a fit. You're throwing a tantrum. Stop being a little boy. You're whining and crying about something that's ultimately your fault.
Yeah.
Stop blaming it on other people. It's your fault. Because here's the deal. It's like, well, slavery. The richest black people on God's green earth are African Americans. If slavery never happened, then you would be in a grass hut.
Yeah.
Right? Well, we need reparations. Your reparations are that you get to live in America. You're welcome.
Who's he talking to? Who's his audience? Because when we bring up racism, you tell us racism don't exist and we making that up. And racism only exists because we keep talking about it. What was that? And who's his audience? I think Chud the Builder's audience is the same as his. You need to watch this clip again. This is a white pastor associated with the administration that runs this country.
Hey, cut it out. You need to grow up. Stop throwing a fit. You're throwing a tantrum. Stop being a little boy. You're whining and crying about something that's ultimately your fault.
Yeah.
Stop blaming it on other people. It's your fault. Because here's the deal. It's like, well, slavery. The richest black people on God's green earth are African Americans. If slavery never happened, then you would be in a grass hut.
Yeah.
Right? Well, we need reparations. Your reparations are that you get to live in America. You're welcome.
I don't see any videos of white people losing their mind like that black woman with a bonnet on because this white man said that. I don't see them attacking their own to prove that they're not racist to us. As a matter of fact, when white people are disgusting in this way, I notice that other white people don't have a damn thing to say. But if a black person does something that's undesirable, black people manifest to self-defamate their own people. Self-defamation has to end. You got an enemy that hates you so much, he could read a Bible and still feel like that man feels because he just hates your people. Slavery was your fault, not his forefathers who were molesting and raping. He takes no accountability for that. But you are got to take an accountability to prove that you have accountability. You got to scream on the internet about a girl who was fetching a diploma. She wasn't in the middle of robbing a liquor store. She was in the middle of getting a diploma, and she did a celebration, and they denied her that diploma. Made an example out of her. And you losing your mind. But white people talking like that publicly. Did you see the outlet that appeared on? Look at the bottom.
Hey, cut it out. You need to grow up. Stop throwing a fit. You're throwing a tantrum. Stop being a little boy.
White people, the most violent race to ever exist. And they got you thinking you the bad guy in a country that you captive, where you was mistreated for half a millennia. And they're telling you to get over it in 50 years. That's the facts. Somebody text me and said there's no sound. Somebody text me and said there's no sound. Somebody text me and said there's no sound. What's the last thing y'all heard me say? I'm looking in the chat. Y'all can hear me. What's the last thing y'all heard me say? Everybody's saying it's good. It was blanked out after the last clip played. We heard everything. As soon as the video stopped, there was no sound. Whatever. I'm just pointing out facts. See, in the comments of that Black Star video, Atlanta Black Star, it's self-defamation. Black people is the only people that ever did something wrong to me. He kind of got a point. We need to stop talking about slavery. I ain't nobody. The disrespect I felt only came from black people. We love to do that. I'm going to give you an example of it from a person who's young. This is a person who hangs out in mostly white communities, and you're going to see. Look at this young man's rationale.
But there just needs to be brutal. I really do believe, look, I think black people are not irredeemable, but there just needs to be brutal honesty. It's like, look, these black people are really struggling and they're turning into these maniacs. It seems like they don't do anything right. They're obnoxious, they're rude, they're inconsiderate, aggressive, cruel.
I would say the majority. I do feel like the easiest people to get into a fight with or a commotion with are blacks. If I look at a black too long, that could be my last day on earth, or it could be a commotion. You guys know what type of black I am. I consider myself a new age black. New age black is somebody who doesn't fit the typical stereotypical mold of an average raw. I'm not somebody who puts bling over necessities. I'm not somebody who smokes, drinks, does typical raw shit. I never was that kid growing up. Even though I was around it, I was always different. Every single confrontation I've had in my life has been with blacks, unfortunately. Ever since all the way from second grade and up, bullied by blacks, chased home by blacks, been made fun of by blacks because I didn't have the best J's, been clowned for having one pair of shoes for the whole school year, been roasted by blacks for liking wrestling, roasted by blacks for liking Street Fighter and video games, roasted by blacks because I always spoke with some sort of poison, eloquence, to the point where so much so, I had to dumb down my dialect just to fit in with this. People's interactions with blacks is what give people the wrong depiction of us. And like I said, one good black is gonna suffer with the whole bunch. One bad apple spoils the whole bunch. Like I say, blacks, I would love for us to just blend in, and I would love for us to not beef with each other over dumb shit, not each other, not steal from each other, and just be civilized. Love for us to have flourishing communities, flourishing businesses, everything. But it's just like, it's just never gonna happen. It's literally impossible.
I really do.
Now this one is more complex from him. Notice he speaks about blacks like he's not one. He calls them blacks the same way white people call us black Hebrew Israelites. So that they've already infiltrated his DNA to have a disdain for what it even means to be black. He doesn't associate black with overcoming slavery, thriving, becoming inventors, builders, and community organizers, overcoming Jim Crow, thriving, becoming inventors, builders, and community organizers, overcoming the war on drugs, thriving, and eventually evolving into millionaires and billionaires, showing that our people's potential is limitless and we'll fight for it against unequal and uneven odds. See the way that I discuss black people? He doesn't discuss black people the same way. He discusses it as a badge of shame. And then he called himself a new age black. What is that? That's his way of saying I'm special. I'm not the same. Those arguments are kiddie arguments. Oh, you made fun of me because I didn't have Jordans. Yo, I got made fun of because I didn't have Jordans. And it was by black people because I was around black people. And that's what kids do. Guess what I was made fun of when I got around white people? Guess how I was treated when my parents spent every dime they had to put me in private school and put me around white people? Guess how they treated me? It's a little different than making fun of my sneakers. But he can't give that perspective because number one, he's too young. Yeah, that's low tier God, Kwabza Allah. He's too young, and he's a part of a community that black culture is not celebrated. It's mostly incel white boys, that community that he's from. He's a professional gamer, Street Fighter player. I play Street Fighter, and I played it in tournaments, and I traveled. It's pimple-faced white boys. A lot of them are autistic and weird. Where I come from, we go to the back of the bodega, you put your quarter on the machine, you wait your turn. And you play with some type of respect because it could go down. Come on, I'm from the 80s. I'm an 80s baby. Well, 90s when them games was out. Okay? So then when I got around the white boys and I just see their spirit, I'm like, nah, I would have never even got into the Street Fighter. I had to come up around you. But that's where he comes from. And they're very racist in those communities and very sheltered. So now he's acting like the black community embarrasses him. To who? It's not real. It's a projection because he wants self-esteem. So he defamates the character of his people and generalizes us like a racist would when he described what it means to be black. You smoke, drink, you want to buy bling, and you're a thug. No, that's gangster culture. And before we was doing that, the Italians was doing that. Smoking, drinking, wearing gold chains, and unaliving people at an alarming rate in broad daylight. They were the thugs. So much so that our rappers take on their names. But you adopting it as if it's black culture. No, that's a learned culture from Esau, the ultimate gangster. See, it hits harder when you understand what self-defamation is and you watch him talk like that. It's no longer, I need to think of a rebuttal to correct him, to show how great of a people we are. And it turns into, damn, that's self-defamation. Like, I've never seen a white person do that. I've never seen an Asian man do that. What are you doing? I've never seen an Indian person do that. And it's easy for these other nations. They filthy and disgusting, but I've never seen them do that. But we do that. That's right. Capone and Noriega. You know, Noriega being Northern Kingdom, but Capone, Whitey Bulger, Pacino, Capone, you know, the Godfather, you know, build the Goodfellas, building your personality behind these characters. You know, Carlito's Way in all of those movies, and you building a personality. That's what black people was doing. We was copying them. But now we've become the mascot and the poster boy for it, and we don't remember that, and the context is lost. And now all we can do is defame our own character. We become experts at defaming our own character. Right? Tony Montana, Gotti, Lucci. These white boys. And they think we're animals. But they will assassinate you in broad daylight and make your children fatherless over a few coins. But you the animal. You the poster boy for it. You're the dangerous one. You're the threat. See, when you're up against psychological warfare like that, the last thing you want to do is defamate your own character. It's very prevalent and it's a problem in our community. Israelites do it. Oh, yeah. Some of you do it. Oh, I don't listen to the camps. All they do is womanize and yell obscenities in the street, and they're racist too. Like, wait, that's what camps are? And this is a black person saying this. Like, wait a minute, why are you doing that? I'm a different type of Israelite. You're the same thing as that young man. You a new age Israel. Like now all Israelites do is yell and abuse women and hate other. Come on, bro. We teach the Bible excellent. We're historians, geniuses in our own right, some of us. Bilingual, multilingual, some of us. Civil rights leaders and nationalists, defenders of our people's better interests. But you want to describe us like that so that you can separate yourself and endear yourself to who at the end of the day? Who do you want to like you? Who do you want to stick their hand out and say, I think you're a friend? Watch this interaction.
America. We all deal with racism. White people deal with racism. Black people deal with racism. Everyone deals with
more racism. White people or black people?
At this point in time, I would definitely say white people.
You're delusional.
Can y'all hear me? I'm going to play the whole clip. I didn't say nothing. I wanted to make sure y'all can hear me first. Y'all can't hear me? Okay. You got two black people arguing about racism and they not on the same team. That's a problem for me. Then you got one that asks the easy question, who's more racist? Well, I'm going to say black people. Who? Rick Chow is not going to jail because a white jury said he shouldn't, even though he shot a young black boy in his back. George Zimmer blunder, whatever his name is, didn't go to jail for unaliving a young black boy who was just going to see his father, leaving a convenience store. Convenience store is a damn torture chamber in these last days. The convenience store leads to death. Racism is not, I don't like white people because of their evil history. That's just adaptation. Racism is, you're white. What I'm going to do is I'm going to follow you home, and then I'm going to burn a cross in your yard. And as you run out of the house, I'm going to gun you down. Because that's how we were treated. Racism is, we're going to decide that you touched a white girl, which is the most heinous accusation we can make. And then we're going to string you up, burn you, and then we're going to take pictures next to you, boy, so that y'all know that this town belongs to us. Racism is Carmelo Anthony's trial is coming up, and we don't want any black people in the jury, so we're going to remove them all. Racism involves power to get results. I'm not racist because I prefer to stay away from white people. That's an intelligent observation based on empirical data, but I'm still well adjusted. I could be around them. I just prefer not to. I don't feel anything when I'm around them. I don't want to do anything to them. I just would rather be with my people because I don't trust y'all. You're calling me racist for that? Or I want to point out what you've done in history accurately. I'm racist for doing that? That's the psyop you've been given. So now you got it. Two black people arguing about racism. Watch the nature and tone of the bigger black guy. Look what he does.
America. We all deal with racism. White people deal with racism. Black people deal with racism. Everyone deals with
more racism, white people or black people?
At this point in time, I would definitely say white people.
You're delusional.
I believe you're delusional.
You can't erase 400 years. You can't.
No one's trying to erase 400 years, but you're only focused, hyper-focused on the 400 years instead of course, you're thinking by your skin color instead of your brain. Your brain is not here. Your brain is not here. Your brain's up here. So think with your brain instead of your skin color. When you think by your skin color, this is what type of mentality you embody.
I'm black. That's it. I'm black.
We're human beings. We're human beings. This is why our society is going backwards instead of forward. You can keep repeating the same thing over and over. You can keep repeating the narrative. It doesn't matter.
You're integrationist. I don't care about white people.
I don't care about integration. I care about us coming together as the United States of America. This is the United States of America, not a divided States of America. You're in the divided States of America. I'm in the United.
I'm not an integrationist. I want us to come together, is what he said. I'm not an integrationalist. I want us to come together. What are you talking about, dummy? See, what happens is, for black people to make a point and for people to respect your posture, you have to be the most well-spoken person in the room. People will purposely behave obtuse, like they don't understand the point you're making, and focus on talking points to shout you down while belittling you at the same time. He said, I'm not going to forget about 400 years. He said, that's your problem. You're hyper-focused on those 400 years. Wait a minute. It's only been 480. Wait a minute. So 400 years, we were enslaved. And in the last 150, it was Jim Crow. It was redlining. It was neighborhood sabotage. It was COINTELPRO introducing narcotics into our neighborhoods to destroy us. Then it was the 3-strike rule. And then it was legislation, like government legislation, to improperly incarcerate us for at least 2 decades. What exactly am I supposed to focus on, sir? But you see how I articulated that? Like, he couldn't deal with me. The other dude is more of just an organic dude. He not trying to sell that. He wants you to just recognize real. Other dude is not real. But do you see how you have to speak to compete with these people? Because those are not even his thoughts. You know whose thoughts those are? A guy like this.
Hey, cut it out. You need to grow up. Stop throwing a fit. You're throwing a tantrum. Stop being a little boy. You're whining and crying about something that's ultimately your fault.
Yeah.
Stop blaming it on other people. It's your fault. Because here's the deal.
Enough of that, devil. But that's where that black dude's talking points come from, is that guy. Guys like him. That's who Officer Tatum. When you think that they really feel like this and their organic life experience led them to speak and respond in the ways that they do? No. The white men that they idolize talk like that, and they're so stupid, damn, I can't say nothing back to that. Matter of fact, I got to adopt that position. He's right. That makes me superior. And then I'll be equal to that white man because I think like him, and we'll be in agreement. No, you're just their pit bull. Oh, your skin, your brain is not your skin color. Wait a minute. His point is not skin color. His point is white people treated us a certain way for 400 years, and then another 150, they've been evil and lying about it. They trying to change the history books. All of this is happening in real time too, and nobody got nothing to say about that. What your politicians are done for. The way this administration works, they got rid of all of the true civil rights leaders. They left the women because nobody gonna follow these women. But your black civil rights leaders, where they at? They all retired. Here come the Hebrew Israelites speaking up, making a stand for you. We're the black KKK all of a sudden. Say the same thing Malcolm X say, but we the KKK all of a sudden. We say the same thing Martin Luther King said at the end of his ministry, but we the KKK all of a sudden. It gets annoying, but that's self-defamation, what that bigger black dude was doing. The other brother is just being real. Y'all, I don't care about white people. I care about my people. I only got energy for my people. I'm not trying to get together with them. I don't want nothing to do with them. Oh, you're wrong for feeling like that. I'm wrong? Or does history tell me I have every right to feel this way? But when the Jewish man talks about his Holocaust, nobody says you hyper fixated on that. Nobody says you're hyper fixated on that. The rules are different for you, black man, woman, and child. And your enemies are so plenteous, we need the Lord, man. Self-defamation has become the defense mechanism of the modern Negro in his attempt to assimilate. Seeing that society will never accept him the way that he is, he becomes like his oppressor. I must read a scripture. 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 Don't envy your oppressor and choose none of his ways. Don't do it. Don't think like him. Don't adopt his arguments. Don't ever do that. Proverbs 3:31 out of the Bible. One of the most important scriptures of all time. Envy not the oppressor and choose none of his ways. That black dude chose white nationalist talking points to debate his own brother instead of coming together and saying, yo, what's your concerns for the community? No, I'm going to take away your credibility for being angry at the white man. I'm going to take that away from you. I'm going to make that your flaw, and I'm going to hyper focus on that. Don't talk about black history. I'm going to make that a flaw in you. Let's be a United States of America, which this administration proved to you. How is that working out? All you Hispanics that voted for Donald Trump, how's that going? When the black man was trying to be your brother and sharing his civil rights success with you, y'all sold us out for Donald Trump? How's that working out? The only Hispanics I trust are Israelites. The rest of y'all super ultra coons. And it's sad. Let's watch another one.
Away for years or take a...
You think slavery was a good thing?
Yes.
What? Why?
That's a good question. I think it was good in that those were the times, and it allowed us to be born in America, the greatest country on this side of heaven. We were allowed to be born here rather than sneaking across the borders or having to fill out an application and wait for years or take a test, which we would have never passed, by the way.
You think slavery...
He's a famous grifter, an absolute embarrassment to our race. I'm not even going to say his name. He is a famous grifter. He said slavery was a good thing because it allowed us to be born here in the greatest country in the world, or otherwise we would have had to come here and fill out an application. So it was better to have your world completely crushed and destroyed, lose your heritage, be beaten within an inch of your life, violently hunted like wild animals for centuries, never to see the destiny of your people if left unmolested, never to see that destiny that is completely destroyed and is unknown for eternity now, so that you could be born in America, a country that then continued to destroy you and kill you? Where did he get that talking point from?
Hey, cut it out. You need to grow up. Stop throwing a fit. You're throwing a tantrum. Stop being a little boy. You're whining and crying about something that's ultimately your fault.
Yeah.
Stop blaming it on other people. It's your fault. Because here's the deal. It's like, well, slavery. The richest black people on God's green earth are African Americans. If slavery never happened, then you would be in a grass hut.
Yeah.
Right? Well, we need reparations. Your reparations are that you get to live in America. You're welcome.
That's where his talking points come from. They're not his thoughts. He's not speaking his manifest mind. He is regurgitating his handler's words to endear himself to his handlers. It is abomination to him to do what I'm doing, which is a lesson specifically designed to enlighten Black, Hispanic, and Native American people against a personality trait that they've developed through trauma called self-defamation. It's abomination to teach what I'm teaching. He would never say, no, that's a good lesson. The young brother is making a lot of sense. And he's dealing with a very nuanced issue that takes skill to instruct on. He ain't gonna say that. He's gonna say that I'm just racist. And he's a Black Israelite anyway. They're racist. They hate white people. Instead of saying, there's no reason for me to put my own people down and trivialize the worst civil rights violation in human history to make a point that isn't a point at all because I want to be close proximity to these creatures. White people always putting that peer pressure. You're racist. You're racist. You better not be racist. No, white people are smart. Just like all races are smart. There's geniuses in all races. White people, you should willingly take that compliment. Y'all are very smart. If anybody treated your people the way that your people treated us for that long, you would never trust those people again, and you'd be at war with them to this day. You'd be trying to use the latest military technology to annihilate them, because that's you. All that Bible goes out the window, ain't no forgiveness. You will invent a conflict as an excuse to destroy your enemy. But because I identify you as an enemy based on your behavior that you continue to exemplify publicly, I'm the bad guy. That is some awesome witchcraft. I think you know for a fact, Mr. White Man, that Black people would love to be your buddy and be with you. Black people love you. They got Stockholm Syndrome for you, something serious. And I think you know that. And I'm going to tell you something. Knowing that got to make you feel so proud and arrogant. And that's why when the Most High destroys you off the face of the earth for your evil, it's going to be justified. Because you don't want to change. You don't want to make the world a better place. You don't give a damn about any of that. I'm just keeping it a buck with you, man. I know who you are. I understand your nature. I don't want to do nothing to you. I'm not a threat. It's against my religion, but I despise you people. You guys are completely disgusting and hateful, and you don't want to change. And you are cruel and inhumane to my people historically, even into 2026 when this video is being made, and you don't want to change. You love your excuses, and You love making a villain out of a black man who's able to speak this bold. And America, you got a reckoning coming for you. If God exists, he's going to destroy you because you don't want to change. You repeal the Voting Rights Act, you gerrymandering states so that you can keep your political power. There is no end to your treachery. You're going to let that Moabite, you're going to let that washpot kill that black boy. And the greatest excuse you had was he had a gun in his bag. Oh, phew, kill that nigga. And now you're going to attempt to do it to Carmelo Anthony, who was jumped by 4 white boys, big, burly, dangerous white people are dangerous. Big, burly, dangerous white boys whooping on him. And he defended himself because he wanted to stay alive. And you're going to make him the bad boy to make an example out of him. You're going to make him the offender to make an example out of him, just like you did young brother Cyrus. You're going to do the same thing to Carmelo Anthony. I hope the Most High intervene and destroy all you devils and anybody join with you. Because of your treachery, I can see it from a mile off, man. You think speaking like this is advantageous to me? I speak like this because I really have faith in God, that he's going to judge you for your behavior. I'm not afraid of you. My God will protect me from you. Else, why am I worshiping this God? See, that y'all gave us a God that allowed us to be slaves and let you do it, but he's willing to love us if we don't cause too much commotion. That's the God you gave us. The God I worship said, yeah, I'm going to let that happen to you. And the nation that do that to you, I'm going to destroy them. 2 different gods. Yeah, that did happen to you because your forefathers went into idolatry. And because of your forefathers, I'm going to read it for you. I'm going to read it for you. Our fathers have sinned. And they gone. They dead. But we are paying for it. We have borne their iniquities. You got niggas coming up here with doctrines talking about some the judgments are only for our enemies of the other nations, but there are good ones. Wait a minute. A good Israelite wrote this. His name was Jeremiah. So the Most High gonna punish us indiscriminately, but he gonna pick and choose how he gonna punish the heathen. That's your God. My God gonna do this. No, I want the nice KJV presentation, buddy. Don't be a terror unto me, Lord. You are my hope in the day of evil. Don't be a terror to me. Let them be confounded that persecute me. White nationalists, white apologists, those who secretly harm my people, psychologically harm my people, those who bribe and blackmail my people, who use the power that they have amassed in this life for evil and destruction. Let them be confounded. But let not me be confounded. Let them be dismayed. See, because my people are dismayed. The mothers of our young sons who don't have the space to make one mistake. See, a white boy can put on boxing gloves and beat a special needs black kid, and people could watch that and look the other way. And then he can go so far as to assault him with a hanger up his rectum. And the judge, I don't want to ruin his life. He's just a kid. But our young men go to jail and get tried as adults when they're 14, 15. They don't have room to make a mistake. Let them be dismayed, but let not me be dismayed. Bring upon them the day of evil and destroy them with double destruction. Jeremiah 17:18. That's the God I worship. I be asking him for that. Not the God you gave me. Yeah, we raped, robbed, murdered, plundered, destroyed, redlined, and disrespected you. But some of us are good, and it's your job to find which ones those are. And if you're not willing to love those ones, you deserve to go to the lake of fire. What God is that? I worship this God. This is Psalms 149 and 5. Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing out loud upon their beds. Let the high praises of God be in their mouth and a two-edged sword in their hand. Remember one of those changes you can make right now, prayer? Our prayers to God are swords in our hands. But what are you praying for? Monetary gain and riches? Or are you praying that the Most High open the floodgates of judgment on these heathens, man? Or are you afraid to pray for that? You got to come on these apps every day and argue with these self-defamation people, other black people that want to fight you because you living in reality. Everything I'm saying is in the book. Let the high praises of God be in their mouth and a two-edged sword in their hand to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron, to execute upon them the judgment written. This honor have all his saints. Praise ye the Lord, who I call Yahweh still, because I want to. Niggas try to bully you out of everything. To endear to who? I got a PDF from the Jewish Encyclopedia that says Yahweh and Yahava are legal pronunciations for the Tetragrammaton. Do you know that? It's from the 80s. I got that. Because the Matriz Lecciones and the Nakud discussions are brought up, and Yahweh and Yahava are legal pronunciations in the white Jews' opinion. But you got black people today tell you, oh, Yahweh is wrong. Yahava, Yahweh is the same thing. Never mind, bro. Never mind. We ain't going into that rabbit hole. What I'm saying to you is, I can't wait to execute on them the judgment written. And you're not going to make me feel evil for that when the Bible told me I'm supposed to pray for that. See, it's a psyop to keep you docile, because the white man truly fears that if you woke into the reality that he's ruling and really got on the same wave he's on, that he would have an enemy in close proximity to him. And that's very dangerous. And that's why when I get to teaching too good and, I get the text message, yo, chill out, you kind of going too deep. Who's going to tell you this? Somebody got to talk to you like this. Your civil rights leaders is gone. It's over with. May the Most High carry this to the ends of the earth. I believe these things that I say to you this night. Now watch this video again.
America. We all deal with racism. White people deal with racism. Black people deal with racism. Everyone deals with
more racism. White people or black people?
At this point in time, I would definitely say white people.
You're delusional.
I believe you're delusional.
You can't erase 400 years. You can't.
No one's trying to erase 400 years, but you're only focused, hyper-focused on the 400 years instead. Of course, you're thinking by your skin color instead of your brain. Your brain is not here. Your brain is not here. Your brain's up here. So think with your brain instead of your skin color. When you think by your skin color, this is what type of mentality you embody.
I'm black. That's it. I'm black.
We're human beings. We're human beings. This is why our society is going backwards instead of forward. You can keep repeating the same thing over and over. You can keep repeating the narrative. It doesn't matter.
You're integrationist. I don't care about white
people. I don't care about integration. I care about us coming together as the United States of America. This is the United States of America, not a divided States of America. You're in a divided States of America. I'm in the United.
What United States of America he live in? The one where they repealed the Voters' Right Act? The one where a young black boy got gunned down after being chased for 300 yards, running for his life? No one come to his rescue. He was gunned down. You in that United States? What is he talking about? The other brother, even though he wasn't the most articulate and he wasn't the most poetic with his speech, he said exactly what he was supposed to say. You're delusional. He was being real. Yo, you delusional, bro. I'm black. I don't want to get together with white people. That's the first thing they see is my skin color. I ain't gonna forget that 400 years. And I know what these people do and what they're capable of. And I got a duty to my people. I'm black. The other dude is not acknowledging that. What white person is denouncing their whiteness, saying I'm not white, I'm American? Who's doing that? Self-defamation gotta end. When you see a black person doing this, that's all you say. Hey, brother, that's self-defamation. You gotta stop doing that. Don't do that. There's a better way to make the argument you're trying to make, but don't be traitorous to the history and lived experience of your own people. Don't do that. That's low level. That's actually pathetic. And then move on. And that brings me to this. Buckle up.
Of black culture. And Cyrus Carmack is dead today because of black culture. And not only is he dead because of black culture, he's dead because of baby mama culture. Your children are a threat to our national security. You guys do nothing about it, and then you want to complain and cry on the news when they have been shot down in the streets. This is one of them situations that you would say is unfortunate, but it will continue to happen as long as you guys do nothing about your issues. As long as you guys don't address the violence, the criminality within the black community, this will continue. And the fact of the matter is, people are tired of the degeneracy, okay? Even this guy's lawyer was black and half the jury was black. And those black people said, you know, I think he was not guilty because you guys have unruly and violent children. You can't even control your own children. So what do you expect? And the fact of the matter is, Cyrus Carmack was a YN. And guess what? YNs are not compatible with American culture. Until you guys address the actual issues within the community, the 14-year-olds killing each other. Let's put a pin in that. Because you don't care when these 14-year-olds are killing each other. I don't see you guys marching or talking about that. You guys sit and let it happen. And aren't you guys the one that was cheering on Carmelo Anthony, raising money for him when he stabbed that white kid in the heart? Disgusting. And now you guys want to act like this kid is some victim when he had a deadly weapon in his backpack. It's time for you guys to do something about your own issues.
Self-defamation. You guys, she discussed black people that entire 1 minute and 30 seconds like they were another race from her. That's done strategically and purposely because she's trying to position herself as something other than you black people. And we need to let her have that. We need to see, the Lord said something about that. The Lord said something about that. The Lord said something about that. Watch this. See, you've loved the other nations more than your own people. And God said something similar to that in the book of Judges. Go and cry unto the gods you have chosen. Let them deliver you in the time of your tribulation. See, when Jacob troubles comes, Let them deliver you in the time of your tribulation. Go be with the white man. And then when Isaiah 13 fulfills itself again, and everybody flees to their own nation, you go be with them heathens and see if they welcome you. And they been watching and liking your and commenting on your Instagram videos. Let's see if they welcome you with open arms in that day. Go be with them whom you have loved. Leave us the hell alone in that day. Oh yeah. May the Most High's judgment come swiftly against all of you hypocrites. That Carmelo Anthony stabbed that white kid in his heart. She didn't say, those 4 white boys told him he can't be under their tent like they own it in the rain. There was no humanity. And instead of asking him to move, they demanded he move under threat of violence to his person. And he stood his ground. Like George Zimmerman did, like Rick Chow did. And they attacked him and he feared for his life, and he took the measure he had to take so that they wouldn't unalive him, because white people have a history of being extremely violent, dangerous, and masochistic. Those rules don't work, right? It don't work when I try to use what they do. You know, they get to rewrite history and the context. It's amazing. The witchcraft is incredible from these demons. I call them demons. I mean, they haven't been blessings to anybody. They're definitely not angels. They have destroyed the earth and all the nations upon it. Go be with them in the time of your tribulation. Esau gonna tear that Eve apart. She gonna be food in that day. Ravished in the streets. Watch. Unless she repent. Because one of the reasons she needs to repent is because she doesn't love her own brothers and sisters as herself. She doesn't even see them as her brothers and sisters. Do you see how deep that is? Black culture is why young brother Cyrus is dead. He's dead because somebody chased him out of a store with a gun and he ran from them. Baby mama culture is why he's dead. He's dead because Black lives still don't matter on the world stage or in front of a jury of 12. And now Esau removed all the Black jurors from the Carmelo Anthony case. And ain't nobody doing nothing. Your one Black Supreme Court justice ain't gonna say nothing because he's one of them. May the Most High, yo. Do y'all know how real this could be if you really get real and stop the debating over the basic things and really talk about what life is about and what the Bible got to say about what life is about? Y'all know how real it could get? Black people are asked to be focused on being a good person. White people are focused on world domination and solidarity with their own brothers and sisters. Wrong or right, I'm down with the white. Don't get beside yourself, boy. All right, I might have done something wrong to you, but calm down. Don't go too far now. And it takes us all the way back full circle to the beginning of class. What'd I say? I'm not tolerating any disrespect from these heathens. It's making it difficult to work because corporate America is a form of humiliation. So, and I work in corporate America. So it's like, I'll be seeing these devils microaggress. I'm not a stupid Negro. So I be seeing, I catch them when they being slick and when they playing games and they passing the buck or they just being evil. And it's like, you want to keep your job or this devil need to know where he can go. And I hate having to make that decision 5, 7, 8 times a day. May the Most High destroy these devils off the face of the earth with extreme prejudice. And may he preserve my people and grant us paradise for eternity. That is my prayer. Now let your leader tell you that that's a bad prayer. Let your spiritual advisor tell you that that's a bad prayer. And I'm going to show them this. I'm going to show them this. Yea, in your heart, you work wickedness. Yea, weigh the violence of your hands in the earth. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies, liars. Their poison is like the poison of a serpent. They're like the death adder that stoppeth his ear. That's an extremely venomous snake. All of you snakes, never trust thine enemy, which will not hearken to the voice of the charmer. Charming never so wisely. No matter how we try to appeal to you, no matter how intelligent of a Negro with a suit and tie we put on CNN to talk to you, there are no changes in you devils. Break their teeth, oh God, in their mouth. Break out the great teeth of those young lions, oh Yahweh. Let them melt as waters which run continually. When he bendeth the bow to shoot his arrows, let them be cut in pieces. As a snail which melts, let every one of them pass away, like the untimely birth of a woman, that they may never see the sun. Oh, wait, Yahweh, what you talking about? Oh, man, that's hate speech. No, that's Psalms 58. Before your pots can feel the thorns, he shall take them away as a whirlwind, both living and in his wrath. The righteous shall rejoice when he seeth the vengeance. He shall wash his feet in the blood of the wicked. Ba Shema Mashiach Yahushua. Our day is coming. As we wait for that day, we must stop self-defamation at all costs. We can no longer become a mouthpiece against ourselves to align ourselves with the most wicked this world has ever seen. That behavior is a trauma response. It's not even your own thoughts. You're not even speaking your own thoughts. You're regurgitating the thoughts of some white nationalist somewhere. Do you realize that? You've been brainwashed. It's witchcraft upon you, and you need to break the spell. And I pray all of you break that spell. When we speak about our people, let's lift each other up. When we speak about our people, let's use compassion. When we speak about our people, let's use understanding and love. Let's never divest away from our own people. We even doing it in the Israelite community. Brothers is like, oh, brothers are calling other brothers Black Hebrew Israelites. Nah, man, that's self-defamation. You just trauma bonding. You need prayer too, and I'm here for you when you get sincere and you really want to talk. I'm here, bro. Brothers, don't you ever get that twisted. I'm here. You know what time it is. Brotherhood is the final chamber. Israel, peace and safety to the elect in the four corners of the earth. May the Most High destroy the other nations with extreme prejudice for what they've done in this earth. And they earned it and they deserve it. And may he deliver us to a paradise earth, eternity of righteousness, where we can be with our brothers and sisters and we can write our own destiny into the future, into the stars, man. And I mean that. And that's it on that. Call this number at the bottom of the screen, because we're about to ask the Most High to bring as it is in heaven down to this planet in the Paleo Hebrew. And then we're going to have a brother interpret and bring it into the English. All right? I mean everything I said on this class, and I believe the Most High inspired me to say it. Peace and safety to the elect in the four corners of the earth. Stop the self-defamation, and when you see it, call it out. In these last days, the only voices and mouths that we need open are those that are advocating for our people. All other mouths must be stopped. I love you, Israel. I'm going to fight for you to the end. Times is getting hard, and it's a tight squeeze right now, but brothers are still going to make it happen, man. Hold us down any way you can. We appreciate that, and we're going to hold you down. Shalom.
Thank you for watching. If you would like to support the body, you can donate via Cash App, PayPal, or Zelle. We are the Sons of Thunder. It's our heart's prayer and desire for Israel that they might be saved.
Yeah, first, let the whole room stand. Truth in the air, let it move through the land. Friday night fire, let the whole place lock. Sons of thunder, let the whole room watch. Salute the general, honor where it's due. For the labor, for the warnings, for the work so true. Salute the general, but the praise go high to the most high, only ruler of the sky. Salute the general, let the whole camp know truth don't build itself. Somebody got the whole. Salute the general, but we keep it in line. Yeah, overall, that's the law every time. I seen men speak, but their words had no root. I seen loud talk die when it had no fruit. Then you see a man stand, yeah, after years, still feeding the flock, still making things clear. That take patience, that take burden and fire. That take discipline when the flesh want higher. That takes standing tall when the pressure get thick, still keeping the book and the doctrine strict. So this one for the work and the way you carry, for the cold nice teaching, for the truth kept married to the law, to the order, to the field. Yeah, not bending for men, not changing the call. Salute the general, honor where it's due. For the labor, for the warnings, for the work so true. Salute the general, but the praise go high to the most high, only ruler of the sky. Salute the general, let the whole camp know truth don't build itself. Somebody got the whole. Salute the general, but we keep it in line. Yeah, overall, that's the law every time. Yeah, this is for the standard that was set in place. For the sharp correction, for the straight no chase, for the brothers built up under heavy instruction, for the men learning order instead of destruction. This is for the times when the message cut deep, when the class got still in the room, couldn't sleep, cause the truth hit hard when it come with weight, and a real leader don't always make it feel safe. Sometimes it stings, sometimes it exposes. Sometimes it show what a man don't know. But that's how I ain't get forged in heat. That's how